What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two players on the WCS Pro circuit. Spawning here in the bottom right hand corner of Acid Plant LE, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's a very good Protoss player, to say the least. His name is DnS. And his opponent spawning in the cross position, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's a very well-known Terran player in the world of Starcraft 2. His name is none other than HeroMarine. So guys and girls, I'm really excited about this game and this series in particular because it was played at the WCS in Austin and was the round of 16 of that tournament, so a best of 5 series. So all these games do matter in the grand scheme of things because you got a chance at moving on to the round of 8, or also known as the quarterfinals, and then a shot at possibly making it to the semifinals. And then if you're able to make it to the grand finals and you win the tournament, any of those tournaments on the WCS stops, you get automatically invited to BlizzCon, which of course is the biggest tournament of the year for StarCraft 2. Now, these two players, I'm really excited to kind of see what they decide to do. It's been a while since I casted a game from DnS, so I'm really excited to, be casting more of his games. But to say the least, let's just kind of look at and see what both our players are deciding to do on either side of the map. Looks like DnS is going to go for that gateway into the natural nexus, and then going to follow that up with the cybernetics core. And then on the opposite side, it looks like HeroMarine is going to go for that barracks into the orbital command, and then most likely, yes, the natural command center. So very standard builds by both players so far in this game. It looks like a Reaper is going to be coming out of the barracks. This is going to be followed up with a factory for HeroMarine. So pretty standard on both sides of the map, at least at this point. Probe Scout did go across the map just to see if there was any kinds of cheese or any timings that DnS did wanted to see, of course. So that said, it looks like we're going to start seeing the techs of choice coming out. We are going to see a Stargate coming out of DnS. So I'm going to be interested to see if he's going to go for Phoenixes or maybe Oracles. It's going to be interesting play on his part, but we are going to see a reactor going down on the barracks. So are we gonna possibly see the factory switch with the reactor? Maybe get double cyclones, maybe? Or it looks like double. We're gonna get double Marines right now, and then we're also gonna get a Hellion out of the factory. So interesting decision making. It does look like the Warp Gate research is going to be coming in for DnS, and then of course that Stargate. Be very interested to see what he starts to produce out of the Stargate. Does look like it's going to be Oracles. And there is a depth that is going to shade in, maybe try to get a little bit of some scouting information going, see if there's any types of timings. We are going to see Cyclones now coming out of the factory. I like the decision a lot. I really feel that the Cyclones, I love seeing the Cyclone play because I feel like they are powerful in big numbers. And I just see a lot of Terran players actually have been skipping out on even really getting very many Cyclones in the current meta. But that said, it does look like 2 more gateways are going to be going down for DnS. And it looks like there's a couple of units that are going to start moving across the map for HeroMarine. He's probably going to want to try to get a little bit of some scouting information. There's going to be a Stalker that is going to be able to meet these units, a Hellion and a Reaper to be exact. Does look like, though, we are going to see the cloaking field coming out of that starport as well as the Banshee. So I like this decision a lot, actually, by HeroMarine to go for this. But the question, though, is that DnS is going to scout that something is being researched in the TAC lab. And most likely, you can kind of break it down to a few different things, like as to what it could possibly be. But that's how you do not want to lose this Oracle. It does not look like he is going to lose that, but nonetheless, Warpgate's going to be finishing up in less than 10 seconds. We're going to see a Phoenix follow-up out of the Stargate. And now that the Warpgate has been researched, does look like a couple of these units did get caught off guard, and it does look like that probe is going to go ahead and begin the third nexus. Third command center is going to be going down now as well for HeroMarine. And it looks like he's going to have like a Liberator switch out of the starport, so I like that decision as well. But it does look like there are a good amount of units that are starting to move. It looks like a timing push here as we pass that 5-minute mark. The question is there going to be enough here for HeroMarine to hold on? Because this looks like a pretty scary push by DnS. He does have a decent amount of Stalkers out, as well as one Phoenix and a couple of Oracles. So here we go. It does look like this Widowmine is going to try to burrow. Not going to get much there, though. Is going to be picked off before he's able to do any kind of crippling amounts of damage. We're going to see a Forge, as well as the Twilight Council is going to be constructed as well. And it does look like, is DnS going to continue on with this aggression? There is a siege tank in the high ground, so you got to be really careful when you approach this. It does look like DnS may want to split up this army. That would be very interesting. He continues the push here. But we are going to see that the mass revelation is on some of these units. Charge is being researched, as well as those +1 upgrades. Now we are going to see this Liberator is going to come across the map and is going to try to get a couple of kills if he can, but it's going to be shut down before it pretty much even started for HeroMarine. DnS playing pretty well right now, but I gotta say both players are kind of, you know, they're on an even scale right now. Even though DnS is a little bit ahead of the supply count, gotta say that HeroMarine is certainly not out of this thing just yet. But now that the third Nexus is down, DnS is going to be able to get a booming economy, and I know that HeroMarine is going to be landing this third command center here relatively soon, but I feel that there might be a need for HeroMarine to start trying to do a little bit of some damage across the map, because the longer this game goes, we all know that the Protoss player can really max out a very scary force. And it looks like Charge is just finishing up, and ground armor level 1 is going to be finishing up in less than 10 seconds for DnS. Also, robotics facility is going down. So we're starting to kind of see, as we've kind of moved into, you know, the mid-game, passing that 7-minute mark, we are going to see Stimpack is being researched out of the tech lab. So both players starting to get those upgrades going, and it does look like DnS once again is trying to, you know, find an angle. Can he possibly get an angle here and get some of these units and just kind of really keep tabs on where HeroMarine's army is? And that's exactly what you need. You need to have as much information as possible when you are playing at the highest level of StarCraft 2. Blink is being researched as well right now, and there is another robotics, or I'm sorry, just one robotics facility. I thought there was another one, but it looks like there's just one. Infantry weapons, level 1 is going to be finishing up now in about 5 seconds for HeroMarine, and then Stimpack will be following that shortly. So it looks like both players are giving each other a lot of respect, though, at this part of the game. I just don't know if I really like HeroMarine giving so much, you know, just respect to DnS at this point, simply because DnS is going to have such a scary economy here shortly. Now, here's the thing, though, is it does look like HeroMarine is starting to move out. This fourth Nexus is going to be going down, but it does look like this army is going to be met by some charged zealots. You gotta be careful with the overextension on either side of this. It just feels like DnS has a little bit of a more of a scarier army here, even though he's got a lot of zealots, sentries, stalkers, and, you know, only one immortal. But it still is a little bit, you know, it's a little bit of a scary army composition, and especially going on four, you know, bases for DnS. This is where it can get really scary for a Terran player who is trying to, you know, keep up. But I gotta say, HeroMarine is playing this pretty smart as well. He's kind of just, you know, waiting for the right opportunity to kind of pounce on his opponent. He is going to see now that something is coming out of that robotics facility. You know, of course, we are going to see that it's going to be Colossus, and I like that decision a lot by DnS to try to, like, you know, kind of be able to split up his army a little bit, especially with Marines and Marauders. You can do a lot of damage from long range if you get that extended range on the Colossus. But does look like HeroMarine is trying to kind of push this army back just a little bit, and with, you know, with those revelations, it's really kind of hard because DnS knows exactly where this army is and exactly when this army is going to be moving out, which looks to be right about now. And here we go. It's all going to come down to the engagement when it's all said and done. Got to be very, very careful. Here we go. The pickups are going to come in on those Widow Mines. Beautiful play there, but it seems like there's a good amount of Terran here. You got to be careful. The question is who's going to really get the upper hand here. Beautiful micro here by HeroMarine, getting a lot of these units. The pickups once again on those siege tanks are definitely going to help for the time being, but I still wonder, is there going to be enough Protoss here as those medevacs are helping out tremendously for HeroMarine. Beautiful play here as HeroMarine is starting to push onto DNS's side of the map, and this is starting to get kind of scary. The question though is this going to be a little bit of an overextension by HeroMarine? He's got to be very careful. We're approaching that 11-minute mark, and this is where it starts getting very interesting. The liberation zones are going to be coming in, and this is where the slow push for HeroMarine can come in. He can start trying to do a little bit of some damage, but here we go. DNS is going to try as hard as he can to hold on. He's getting that surround from all angles, but the question is it going to be enough? I don't know if it is. DNS's supply is starting to plummet, and just like that, the Colossus is going down. GG is called, and HeroMarine takes a 1-0 lead over DNS. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between HeroMarine and DNS. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and I'll see you guys all in game number 2.